previously on Beyond the Checkered Flag with Jason Meyers.
He is a phenom. He is now a two-time Trophy Cup champion. Cory Day gets it done. He is your champion, point champion.
We won it. He won to win 3 cups in a year.
And there he is, race fans. How about it? He's to the top wing. He loves you. We love him. Cory Day.
Cory Day gonna relock and reload. Here comes the traffic. Now Day's upside down. Out of the ballpark. Hard crash in turn 3. Cory Day.
Big wreck on the backstretch. 1 car upside down, 2 more getting involved. Might be the 14 of Spencer Bayston.
Cory Day is pulled into the infield. His race has come to an end. Cory Day is out of this one. We got one red flag out. Red. We got one upside down back straightaway. Looks like Spencer Bayston from here. The wing is off the car. Cory Day into the infield. His race is done. Spencer Bayston's in the wall.
Man, oh man, Bayston running in 3rd, looking for his first podium of the year.
If you would have told me that this combination was going to struggle that much, I would have never believed it.
It's been a bit of a rocky start to the season, but ultimately, you know, this team is shown in the past what it's capable of, and you know, the promise that Jason puts in all of us, that you know, with right equipment and you know, all the materials that we need to be successful. So, you know, just trying to put everything together, right? It's a new program for me, new team, new members. Like I said, we have all the tools. It's just kind of getting everything aligned and getting me up to speed and comfortable. I got the 3 and 4 really good. Yeah, 1 and 2, like, you get in and you get just a little bit away from it, it'll skate. Just
almost like it wants to drive you down the hill.
Just a little bit, but I think you have to be that way. To certain, like, I need to just do a better job of holding it up in that type of situation. That's what I mean. Like, if I had another lap, you probably could get in and like anticipate it, want to get down and keep it there. Because then off exit, like, Powell's just down the back. It's really fun.
So obviously, when we built the team, and then you know, Cory was doing really well and got other opportunities. He couldn't run a full season, and we still wanted to race. And with the high limits, you know, trying to make the sport better and really doing what they're doing, we wanted to support them. And with the sponsors and people we had involved, we thought we could definitely do a 2-car team. Finding Spencer and Audrey and knowing that they fit with who we were as people and friends and getting along, it seemed like at the time it was a good decision, and we had the right people and the right crew for both cars so that we can make that happen.
It's been a fun experience so far. I feel super fortunate and super blessed to be in this position. Obviously, I think we all hoped or wished that we could have started off a little bit stronger, but I think it's only a matter of time when we kind of hit our stride here and get the speed underway. You know, utilizing kind of Cory and his experience these last couple of years, and kind of compiling all that information and putting our heads together and figuring it out. You know, having Cory here obviously it's a good tool, because you know, he's ran these cars for the last couple of years, been in my shoes before, right, and trying to adapt to these, and he can give us some really good insight. It's just another brain that you're able to tap into that maybe has some firsthand experience. So I think him and Shane communicate well and kind of have a good understanding, and you know, I try to sit back and absorb as much as I can when he is around. It's funny, he's younger than I am, but I kind of look up to him in the sense that this is, you know, really his ride and his program that's, you know, been built kind of around him. He's definitely been valuable to have, and I enjoy some friendly competition, obviously, too, when he's around. So definitely a good asset to have.
It'll be greasy.
Maybe.
It's never been greasy.
It'll go from greasy to dry slick.
Yeah.
In a hurry.
I thought I was going to get lucky at Lakeside and it was going to take rubber.
Yeah.
We're going to be good. Oh, I think the Outlaws are qualifying. Yo!
Ooh, who got it?
3/10 off.
Gravel ran around both corners, like
sure.
Smash left, cranked, and still was fast.
Shoehart 10th better than him, though.
Yeah.
It's super cool having Spencer, you know, driving the car full time. I think it, you know, goes both ways. It helps me when I come back because they've been racing, you know, full time while I'm running the pavement stuff. So it's always good for me to come back and, you know, ask if anything's changed or kind of just feel out what they've been doing. I think that's a big help. And then Spencer drove, you know, a completely different race car than, you know, how these cars work. So I try and help as much as I can. I know these cars, you know, definitely feel way different than what he drove. So helping any way I can with, what he's feeling or what they're doing with the car.
Cory jumping into our car and being the only thing he's really ever driven sprint car wise, and he adapted to it well, and it doesn't work for everybody.
They do very much have two different distinct driving styles, but Shane and Wayne do a really good job of watching each other's cars, not only their own cars, and so they collaborate all night long.
Think there's any chance this gets a little better? They clean the dirt off of it?
I don't know. I'm sitting here wondering how I'm going to find half a second. We went at 1 and they're running 4s now. Think we get more aggressive with it? I mean,
I don't know. Surely it's just the track. I mean, everybody didn't just get half a second faster.
oh,
They're really good at bouncing ideas off of one another. They've both been in the sport a very long time. They both bring a lot to the table, and they complement each other.
Wayne and Shane are both top shelf people. They're always giving 100%, but when you've only been in this world, you're giving 100%, and you get stuck on why it's not working. Especially Shane had a lot of success with Cory over the last couple of years, and when you bring that notebook and those components to another driver and can't figure out why it's not working, and there's difficulty there. Just because you're doing it over here doesn't mean it's going to work there.
can't get any more rebound.
I didn't know.
You shorten your left rear travel up at all?
Huh?
You shorten travel up?
2 7/8.
Regardless of who's working through an issue, they're both very much willing to help one another and drop what they're doing to lend that hand.
Too tight?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you just, you had 5 laps to qualify, you just keep hitting faster and faster and faster.
Crew chief for Spencer Bayston, who worked here for the last 2 years, served as crew chief for Cory Day. It's been a lot different this year. They both kind of have a different feel of what they're looking for in the race car. I think we're kind of getting to the point where we're getting them comfortable, but it's taken a little bit longer than we thought.
You just want to come in from hot laps and be like, ooh, yep, that's speed, and then you just go hammer it. You're not second guessing yourself at all, not thinking too much about your lap, you're just ripping.
It's kind of been a complete restructure this year with a different driver, and we brought on 2 new crew guys.
My name is Lawton Lepo. I'm 19 years old. I'm the car chief on the red car, Spencer Bayston. Full time on the road, obviously, it comes with its ups and downs. I mean, it's a lot of highs, and very highs, and then very lows. It's never really in between. But I think that's what's so fun, and what I am so passionate about. And I mean, it is hard living on the road for 9 months out of the year and out of a suitcase. Out of a hotel room and truck and trailer, driving up and down the road all across the country. But I mean, it's fun. You get to meet new people, experience new places. I don't like to use the word struggle, but I mean, it has been a struggle to start the year. But this is a new team and new crew, and obviously a new driver, and just a big adjustment for everyone, from Shane to Spencer, driving a different car that he's used to, and then obviously me and Kobe coming on board, and just, I mean, everything as a whole. I mean, it's new, so we're just getting used to it. But what's been so key to that is our positive outlook on it, and I mean, not getting down on each other, not putting blame on one or another. I mean, it's a learning curve. I mean, you can be in sprint car racing for 10, 15 years, but I mean, you still learn something new every day. It's fun. Shane, we're not paired up in the back.
Huh?
What? We have 1/4 inch in the back. Your sheet says 2/4.
Yeah.
We were 1/4 10/15 at the shop, and then you said you go to 1/4 inch. Whenever I asked if you wanted to change it.
We need to change that. I thought I said put a 1/4 in the left rear.
Okay.
Catch, because we could have sucked if we had that.
We had 1/4 10/15 in the rear to go to where we were going.
In Texas.
Yeah.
Then we went 1/4 15.
But then at the shop, I thought that you said we put in 1/4 10/15 to go to wherever we were going to go Wednesday. And then when I said, do you want to change anything, I thought you said put an inch in the left rear. But you might have said inch in the left front. Because you said to keep the front the same or whatever. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't even remember, to be honest.
But we were definitely 1/4 10/15 to go to wherever we were going Wednesday.
Yeah.
The other day when me and Shane were discussing what we were going to do with the car for this coming weekend, I misunderstood what he said. He misunderstood what I said. But like we discussed it and we had time to change it, so we switched it out real quick. And I mean, there was no problem. Nobody pointed fingers to one another. That's why this team is so special, because we're not giving up on each other.
This is the most humbling sport there is. I mean, next to probably golf. And so we won Vegas, and then we go to Tulare, and honestly, we struggled right out of the gates at Tulare, and then we finally got our act together in the A main, and he put on a charge. We've fallen behind a little bit. I feel like in our qualifying side of things, I feel like we're racing pretty sporty. We're going forward. We just got to clean some things up on our end, and it's just a growing process. You're naive to think there isn't pressure when you get a guy like Cory driving for you. There's no question about his talent and his ability. Having a pretty good understanding of what his feels are.
Quarter inch, just soft
in the back in relation to mechanically what's going on the race car. I think that there's some guys that struggle, and it's a loose or a tight or this or that. And I think, you talk to Cory, like, the kid actually has a really good understanding of what mechanically is going on with his race car. So I added another quarter in the right rear before we went out. I went another quarter in and 10 pounds there just to keep the attitude. How do you feel on drive? Okay, let's keep working that way. Good job. He's not afraid to speak up. He's not afraid to put his opinion in the pot. Also mature enough and grown folk enough to talk about a game plan as a whole instead of just a one-way, my way or the highway kind of thing. So I just think, honestly, his feel and understanding what's going on with the race car is pretty impressive.
Tri-City Speedway, welcome to the High Limit Room. We've got 25 high rollers, but only one's hit the ultimate jackpot here tonight. Rico Aber takes third, but now Cory Day back to the inside. An aggressive maneuver to get by Rico Aber in turn 3. Cory Day now back into the third spot, getting by Rico Aber from 1. Spencer Bayston right up against the guardrail here at Tri-City Speedway. Working on Danny Sams. That's the race for about the 7th position. 1 lap to go for car number 14 BC. And for the first time since Las Vegas at the season opener, Cory Day is back in victory lane with Kubota High Limit Racing. Happens here tonight at Tri-City Speedway. How about it, race fans, for payday, Cory Day.
Good job, sir.
Hey, good job, guys.
All right, I'm gonna take a breath.
So I'm supposed to start weight and physical therapy tomorrow, so we'll see how much.
Oh,
I'm
good.
sure it'll be like 2 pounds, but
yeah,
it feels good though. Like honestly, it doesn't bother me in day to day now.
That's
like
good.
I can carry the groceries, or
good.
I can't like lift something over the truck bed with it. I mean, I could, but it would hurt. But.
Right. And that hurts just because of the time it needs to heal, right? Yeah.
Well, that, and I don't want to screw it up and have to do it
again,
because I don't have a chance to do it again with this doctor.
Oh.
He's retiring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I can't screw it up. Like my June 12th surgery date is his last day of surgery.
But you feel like it was worth it? Like that it did the job so far?
We'll see. I can't tell yet because it's still tender. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I had both elbows operated on here in the past few months. And when the doctor did my right elbow, he came out and told me, man, I have never seen an elbow that bad. And he said, you actually had an indentation in your elbow. And I look back now on it, and we used to sit lower in the cars, and you used to always bang your elbows on the Nerf bar spud, especially in California on the rough racetracks we raced on. You'd wake up in the morning, your elbow would be black and blue. And I really got to say that, it was basically the tendons were damaged in that area. And I've got to say that I think it's a combination from that, and then, when you hold the steering wheel in the car and your elbows are locked in, like every force that you feel in your arm, it's just repeated feeling. So you think you're invincible when you're doing it and nothing hurts, and that's part of the mentality, is you got to be strong and you got to see through it and push through it. And I know when people talk about like, oh, I feel so good after a workout, I just love it. Like, I don't ever feel that.
No way, really?
The thing that makes me feel good about a workout is when the scale starts to move.
And you're like, yeah, that felt good.
Yeah, results. There's got to be a
I
scoreboard.
know,
That's what I used
but
to love about Cycle Bar. Like, you compete, right? There's a scoreboard.
Yeah. I have been training him for about 20 years. I've known him about 20 years now. Back when he was racing sprint cars, obviously it was more for endurance. I think anybody understands that how much endurance it takes to sit in a car at the speed that you're going. It's just become a lifestyle. It's now something that Jason does on a regular basis, and he just hasn't stopped. I've helped train him through two back-to-back championships. So that was awesome. He just recently had a surgery. So basically right now, all he can really do is cardio, which is good because he doesn't do cardio on his own. So I'm here to help him, push him through doing his cardio, and some core work is what he's able to do right now.
It's okay when one is struggling and the others are doing well, but when multiple of them start to struggle, it gets very painful and very difficult. And it can feel like it's all caving in very, very quickly.
Counter upside down, big time, 2 cars, I believe. Tire bouncing around in 3 and 4. Oh, look, this tire is still rolling. This tire is going to cross the line.
There you go.
Right there. That thing just rolled from turn 3 all the way to the start-finish line.
So that's actually Sander Engineering wheels.
Show me what happened here on our spindle.
So unfortunately, what they did is, so we are using a 1/16 thread pitch, right? So a winter spindle is a 1/18 thread pitch. So what happened, unfortunately, is we sent them a spindle, we sent them the nuts, and because they hadn't opened the box with the nuts yet, they took the winter's nuts that they already had and forced that thread on. Well, that's not the right thread pitch. So when they made some contact down the back chute, it pulled that nut off. So we got to be really, really clear when we sell something to somebody that, hey, if you're buying a spindle, we're selling you nuts. So you can't buy the spindle without the nut. And be clear that we're telling them on the phone, you have to use the sander nut and make sure they get the right pitch. So a DMI nut and a sander nut are the same pitch, but a winter's nut is a different pitch. So, I mean, we might need to put something in the box. We got to be really clear that when we're selling spindle to somebody, sander nuts with your sander spindles, you got to use the whole package. So the last thing I want to do is be a part of any failure for any team. I mean, there's so much that goes into racing out here on the weekend. There's so much money, there's so much time and effort and so much blood, sweat, and tears that goes into it that, having a part failure of any kind is frankly unexcusable. And a few of those struggles have been some of the parts that we build at Sander. The good news is we learned and we were able to adapt quickly and overnight improve the product. And the fact is, these guys are driving these things harder than they've ever been driven. That's partly why I participate in the team with Sander and is to develop those products so that we know that what we're selling is tested and proven. And I hope that our race team and Sander, we're going to do our part to be a big part of that and helping make those changes. When you take the things that you've learned here, even racing, and put it into business, like, nobody's doing it. And when I say nobody, the majority of people are not doing it. And, we've taken that into all of our businesses. The dinner we had with all of our, not management, all of our leaders that are out in the field. Yes, they're foremen and they're managing some people, and they're really, more so than managing, they're leading. And getting them together and letting them know how important they are of what they do and noticing them. And I'm looking out for you and you're looking out for me. All right, I say that to every single one of you here at this table, every single one person in our company. I don't care if they just got hired last week. You've joined a team that's going to look out for you, and we're going to expect you to look out for us. And if you don't, then you don't belong on this team. Right? Simple as that. When you got guys sitting here that have been here 4 to 25 years, it should be an honor to come work for this team. I just want people to join this team, and we need to show them that and make sure that they're given that in return. And asking what their difficulties are. On the good jobs, what went really well, that if you had that every time would go well, and on the bad jobs, what went bad that we need to find a way to prevent, right? That we need to, whether it's preparedness, communication, whatever it may be, what can we do differently? Right, because a lot of times people don't want to complain. People don't want to be seen as a complainer, and they feel like the normal is if you complain, you get fired. And we've really worked hard to bring that into our business. It's not complaining. We don't know that there's a problem if you don't speak up about it, and we can't do anything about it. I think that's one area that we could really grow is having the confidence to say, I know how to do this and this is right, and speaking up. And you don't have to be an ass about it, right? We don't have to curse. We don't have to say a bunch of stuff, but we can say, like, can we talk about this a little bit differently? Because I see some problems. And so I think it's real important. We do that quarterly, if not more. And I think it's great to do it over dinner because it's relaxing. There's all kinds of psychological parts that come along with if you're eating food and that's going on in your body. And
my name is Tim Hamill, and I've known Jason since 2009. One of my areas is sports psychology.
Tim Hamill is a very integral part of our race team and my businesses at home. When I ran second in the championship to Donnie by I think it was 14 or 18 points. I think it was 14. It was the closest second place finish in the history of the series at that time. And I just felt like we'd done everything right in 2008 and 2009 and still come up short. And so I reached out to the college at home, to the kinesiology department at Fresno State, and asked if there was somebody that I could study sports psychology with, somebody that could help me. We had great motors, we had great cars, I had a great team. What was missing was that 4-week slump in the middle of the season where something goes wrong and for 4 weeks you struggle.
When you're at this elite level, whatever sport it is, you're going to have some downtime. It's inevitable because the competition is too good.
And I figured if we could just turn one of those nights around in that 4 weeks, we win the championship. And what was going to turn that around was attitude.
And so he wanted to kind of have a mindset of getting back to it quicker.
It was not getting down, was seeing the forest through the trees and being able to push our way through that mentally. And so I got introduced to Tim.
If you know a component of Jason is a big thing, even in Meyers Constructors, one of our core standards is innovation. And so he's always been seeking knowledge and seeking innovation.
I believe it helped us immensely. I learned a lot from Tim. I came back to the team and coached what I had learned. And we went on to win a championship in 2010 and 2011. And when Preston and I decided to put the team back together, it was a no-brainer that he would be part of it. We have a comment of we don't backstab on our team, we front stab. Like if you have a problem, you talk to somebody about it. There's so many trivial things that can happen on the road that seem so small, but they turn into big things that they're not talked about. And so Tim has just been an integral part of guiding everybody through, the mental stuff that you go through, both on and off the track and on the road and at home.
It's not the rainbows that people kind of see. There's tremendous amount of struggle, even when you're having a good year. So there's struggles along the way, but we're going to be there for each other and understand that this is a key component and to really build a team. In elite performance, there's a tremendous amount of emotion that goes into everything. And with emotion, there are times when it's just not working, and we try to get to that root of that cause, that problem, and solve it from an emotional standpoint. I know right now, specifically, we're dealing with some frustrations with the race team and JMR, and they're understandable.
You're here at Knoxville. This is the time of year where, people are changing seats and things are happening like that. And if we're going to try something that we think we want to change for next year, this is the time to do it. So you don't change things over the winter. Like that's a recipe for disaster. You develop ideas through this last half of the season that you might multiply over the winter, but you decide those things now. So the word firing is used. It's just a word that's been around forever, but the reality of it is you put something together and it doesn't quite work, you try it differently. And ultimately, that's a two-way street. If it's not just, oh, this didn't work, I'm sorry, you don't work for this team, but truthfully, this team's not working for you either. So at the end of the day, that is the job of an owner or a manager to make those decisions. And it's hard, it's very hard because there's emotions wrapped around it. And you can sit here and say that, oh, take all the emotion out of it. And you just can't. You can't. Maybe some people can. I can't. I don't think we can because we care about the person. And part of caring about that person, I think, is making that tough decision that, hey, this isn't working. I know we all want it to work. There's no doubt that everybody wanted this to work. But somebody has to step up and say, it's not working and therefore we need to change direction because it's not working for anybody. And to just keep on keeping on because nobody wants to hurt anybody's feelings, at the end of the day, everybody is suffering from that. So
obviously when you don't run well and you're spending lots of money, you have to look and say, what were our goals for the year and how close are we to meeting those, and is there anything changing in the near future that's going to get us any closer to that? And at the time we thought, this is as good a time as any to do something different, and taking into consideration that Spencer and Audrey are from the Midwest and we're going all the way to California. We wanted to give them the opportunity now to not have to spend that money and do all that, and honestly start thinking about next year already.
Everybody will be more successful because everybody that's in this team has the ability for success. It just didn't work together. They will be successful. It's just a matter of getting everyone where they need to be.
Night 2 of the Nationals.
The green flag waves as the field rumbles down into turn number 1. Derek Hager on the bottom, Bayston to the top. Bayston racing for the lead. You've got a new leader. Spencer Bayston taking the lead from Derek Hager. Here comes Kyle Larson to the outside of Giovanni Selzy. Now looks to the inside as they race into turn number 1. Now Kyle Larson moves by Bayston for the lead off of turn number 2.
Larson able to pull the slide job off in 1 and 2. Kyle Larson at the end of lap number 13 is your new race leader. Down low, Schuart now looking for a run on Bayston. Entering corner number 3, slides up the racetrack. Move the Shark Racing 1S up to second. Now Bayston trying to come back at him down the front straightaway.
Boy, Logan slams the door on him, entering turn number 1.
Your defending NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals champion is headed to victory lane on Toyota qualifying night. Second goes to Logan Schuart, Spencer Bayston third, Giovanni Selzy fourth, and Carson Macedo in fifth.
It was good. It was good.
He drove his fucking
Yeah,
right there.
in the middle a little bit, but thanks.
Well,
man.
that's what I was saying. That I think he was every bit. I think he was equal to Kyle. I think he was.
We're a little bit slower on entry. He just turns the car on entry.
Good job.
It was ugly, but I did it.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
Good job. Feel good?
Yeah, I can improve, but yes. Yeah.
Good job, guys. Nice job. Nice job.
Thanks, man.
Does it feel good?
After the way it started, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt my pace waver a little bit in traffic. Man, they got to be probably coming, but it's like I wouldn't have been surprised if I didn't see anybody.
Kyle didn't get away. Like there towards the end, you guys actually caught Kyle a little bit. I mean, he got away right when he went by you, just momentum.
I got frazzled a little bit.
Yeah, a couple times through the middle down there, we lost a little bit.
Yeah. Massive fuel leak.
Huh?
I said massive fuel leak. I feel that. I feel like pan.
Oh, Jesus.
The last 10 laps.
Sixth and 16th.
Does that mean Spencer will start 16th?
Yeah.
16th.
Sprint car rating.
Six.
Okay, I like it.
Yep, not bad. Like it? How about love it?
I
Both
love it.
cars?
I know. Cars means 2 chances.
It's like we always talk about in business, though. 2 cars means twice the problems, too.
I figured out a genius business idea. I'm going to take the spare wheels from all the tires. I'm going to have Spencer sign all of them, and then I'm going to go sell them outside for like $100 each.
The tires?
Yeah,
Oh, the tires.
The used tires. Or what's a good price? Like $50 or something?
You can't be bashful.
25?
No, 100.
What is bashful?
They cost $400 new. So you should at least be able to get 25%.
Yeah, so then $100 it is then.
Be in the moment right now. Okay?
No.
This doesn't. You know how hard this is to do to get 2 cars in the A main at the Knoxville Nationals?
Sorry, Lynn.
It's hard. How do you guys feel?
I'm asking how you feel. You just put 2 in the biggest race of the year.
My feeling is I'm happy for all of you for as hard as you worked and the shit you've been through and the way the night started. I'm happy for everybody.
Like this to me is how a cup team operates. 2 people, 2 teams that put ego aside for the bigger picture. You don't find that very often.
Yeah.
It's pretty special.
It's all about the people.
Everybody showed up and helped each other, and the performance showed on the track. You know, Spencer had arguably the best run of the year that he's had. You know, with this being the last weekend, there was a lot of concern about when do we share the news? Does it overshadow the weekend? You know, and I don't think we could have written the script any better for how it's gone, and I'm very grateful for that. I think we're all grateful and happy for Spencer and Audrey to have the run that they've had this weekend, and for Shane and Lawton and Colby to finish on this strong note. I mean, no matter how tonight goes, it's been a good week. And I think that what's happened all week should parlay into tonight. This sport kind of teaches you that. You can be down today and up tomorrow, and the hard part about it is you can be up today and down tomorrow. So it just teaches you that no matter what, you have to kind of roll with it, take the good with the bad, and you just keep digging.
To go for Cory Day. He pulls away from Spencer Bayston as Brad Sweet and Giovanni Celti continue to go at it for the third spot with Justin Sanders right behind him. But down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4 for the 4th time this year. It is Friday, so that means it's payday. Cory Day wins at the Thunderbolt. Just like he did last year, he'll win the opening night of the Gold Cup. Something that's only happened once in 71 years. Steve Kinser in 86, 87, and 88. He won California Crown Jewel 3 times in a row. That changes tonight. Cory Day joins him. He wins the Gold Cup Race of Champions.
Jason Meyers pieces together a team of drivers to finish out the high limit season and compete in other premier sprint car events.
Jason Meyers Racing will field 4 different drivers for the remaining of 2025, starting this weekend at the Skagit Speedway. Darren Pittman will be in the car, Trey Starks will be in the car, Justin Sanders will be in the car, and of course their primary driver, Cory Day, will be in the car as well.
I'm excited about it. I think we've got some great talent that this is going to be good for our team and our partners, and just, I think, a good opportunity for everybody.